Hey everyone, this is Helena Hart, and I'm here with my friend and fellow coach Shahrzad today. She is just such an amazing love and relationship coach who helps women really feel seen, cherished, and adored in their love life, whether you're single or in a relationship. And today I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about how to inspire a man to really value and prioritize you and make you feel loved and secure in your relationship or potential relationship. So welcome, Shahrzad. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you so much, Helena, for that beautiful introduction and for having me here. It's such an honor. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm really excited for this topic in particular. I've been getting a lot of questions from women. I see it in the comment sections of a lot of my videos. And that is, how do I get my man to step up and make me a priority? Or, maybe they have their eye on one particular man and they want to demonstrate their value in a way that just makes them feel inspired to pursue them for a real relationship. And I know there's certainly a right and a wrong way to do this. So to start us off, what is it that led you to do this work and help women in their love lives?
Such a great question, and I can really relate to those women that ask that because I've been there. I've been in relationships where I was not feeling seen and loved, and I was feeling ignored and not prioritized. So I can certainly relate to all of that. And what I remember was that I always tried so hard to get a man's attention. I worked so hard to have them commit to me, and it was always the same at the end, me being exhausted of doing everything that I possibly thought I could do. And at the end, it would be no ring on my finger. I wanted to get married, but they were just 4 or 5 years of relationships that didn't go anywhere. So I had to do some reflection, and I had to do some search and finding amazing coaches like your own work, that there's a way to do this. There's a way to actually not work so hard and inspire a man. And the first thing that I had to do was to realize the true definition of not chasing a man. Now, I thought I wasn't chasing a man when I wasn't running up to him. I wasn't showing up at his place when he wasn't giving me attention. I thought I was leaning back. But the truth was that I was always energetically leaning forward. I was always thinking about what he was not doing, what he was not giving me, that he wasn't giving me any attention. He wasn't making me a priority. So in my mind, he was the center of my world, always thinking about everything. My life revolved around him, whatever it was, whoever it was, that male character in my life.
Right. Yeah. It's such a common thing. I can certainly relate to that. I think a lot of women who are drawn to this work that we do, who cannot relate to that, right? The man becomes like the goal or the prize, and we can't help it when we do that. We subtly start trying to prove ourselves to him or win his love. A lot of women I hear from really think they're leaning back. They think they're in their feminine energy, but they're actually not. They're very much leaning forward mentally, just like you said, by obsessing about a guy, thinking about him all the time, even if he's not right in front of her or contacting her. So what's the first thing you would have a woman do who's in that position where the man is not quite stepping up and she's feeling miserable and she's just feeling stuck and not knowing how to turn everything around?
Love that question. And I will tell them what I had to do, which was to bring a lot of awareness. It takes a lot of awareness to know what your mind is doing. So taking control over that mind chatter of, he's not doing this, he's not giving me attention, he's not being around me. So being able to notice that it's happening and intentionally change your focus to what you want more of. Where we focus, our energy flows towards it, and we manifest more and more of that. So the very first step is to notice that your mind is going, make an intention that, I'm not going to go there, and I'm going to think about the things that I actually do want more of. And I'm going to, first of all, if he's not in front of me, I have to remember that he does not, if he's not right in front of me, then I have to energetically shift away from him as well. So I will go and do something that makes me feel good. If I would go out with a girlfriend, or I would watch my favorite TV show, go to the gym, things that I've been neglecting because he has suddenly become the number one priority in my life. And that's, if we want to be a priority in a man's life, it's not, you don't make him a priority in your life and forget about only priority and forget about everything else. So you put your attention on things that are important in your life to make you a balanced and healthy woman.
Absolutely. Yeah. I talk so much about, taking your focus off of the man if he's not right in front of you, putting it on yourself and your own life, the things you love to do. And often that's when you hear from a man, right? That's when he calls or texts you themselves.
Totally.
It's, it feels like magic, but it's really not. It's like that pathway between the two of you is now clear of all this resistance of our thought patterns of he's not doing what I want him to do, right? The minute we truly take our focus off of him. So what happens typically when a woman does that? What have you seen in your clients? Like what happens?
Well,
Or what would you advise her to do next?
definitely, it's like you said, it's like magic. It's when you truly shift away from him, when you truly take your focus off of him, he can energetically feel that there is a space that he can come forward and fill that void. Because if you are coming at him, all he can do is to get away from you. He just, it's just like a push towards him. So when you stop that, then you are really authentically not focused on him. Then he shows up, then he wants to know, what are you up to? He feels curious about what happened, especially if he's used to you just chasing him all the time or needing from him so much. He's going to feel curious of what's going on. How come she's not all about me anymore? And he's going to move forward, and he wants to spend more time with you and talk to you and get your attention in a much more balanced way, like I said.
It's so true. I've just seen that happen over and over again, And I will say though that most men will, if he's truly interested, if he's truly the right man for you, we say, when you lean back, he will come towards you. It's the natural energy exchange, or in the relationship dynamic, right? What about those men who don't? What would you say to a woman? Because we hear about this all the time, at least I do. I stopped doing things and I didn't hear from him again. And it fizzled out. What do you have to say about that situation?
I totally get that. It's happened to my clients all the time as well. I mean, when the guy is wrong for you, and
Yes.
you cannot use the tools to get every guy to want you and give you and prioritize you. And why would you want that anyways? Why would you want these tools to work on the wrong guy if they are not the right person for you? Of course they're going to fall away and not be interested. And this is such a great way of filtering the men that are not right for you. And I mean, it would be so confusing if all 10 men were giving you the exact same amount of attention and only one of them would be your true soulmate. So you have to have the willingness to try to, all these tools, lean back and see who is it that is really, really the one for you and who's going to come for you. Because when a man wants you, he's unstoppable. Like, when I was practicing all these tools with my husband, well, at the time, my date, that, when I wasn't calling him, when I wasn't leaning forward with him, I never ever heard once from him that, why don't you call me first? Women tell me that, oh, men say that to me all the time. And my answer for them is that, well, it's okay for them to say that, but you don't have to take on that role just because a man says that you need to do this. it doesn't mean that the tools aren't working. It just means that the guy isn't the right person for you. So if you are interested in attracting the right man for you, you have to trust that leaning back and tools will work with the right person. And that's what you ultimately want, I hope, anyways.
Yeah, it's so much easier with the right person, right? It's so much easier. You know, we get women coming to us all the time who are just desperately trying to hang on to some guy who's like halfway out the door, right? And they're worried that one wrong move is just going to send them away completely. And I would say you want that to happen if you setting boundaries and valuing yourself and having high self-esteem and a full, complete life sends a guy away, it's like he's gone because he's supposed to be gone. Truly, you know, the right man I've found will just move mountains to be with you. And a lot of these issues won't really come up very often with the right man once you kind of get your energies functioning the way they're supposed to, right? So what would you say for women like in long-term relationships where maybe the man was coming on strong at the beginning? I know this is the type of man you used to attract, right? But maybe now a few years have gone by, he's not committing, he's not prioritizing her. Do you have any tips for women in that situation?
100%, 100%. And I can almost guarantee that women who go through this cycle are what I used to call myself, and I still have the tendencies, I have to keep it in check, that are overgivers.
Mm.
And by overgiving, I mean that they are continuously working hard to get the man to give them what they want. So they are the one doing all the giving. They are giving their time, they're giving their energy, they're giving gifts, they are cooking, and just they are always in this auditioning mode, trying to play wife when they are not wife, for example. Or even if they are wife, even if they are, and they just want to get him to love them the way they want to be loved. So they love men incorrectly, you know, because we fall in love when men give to us, because when we feel so good when a man calls us first, or when a man brings us flowers, we think that's how men want to be loved too. So we start to do the things that we want for them, and it has the exact opposite effect, because men don't fall in love when they are being given to masculine energy. Men fall in love and stay in love when they know that they can give to you, when they know they can add more joy to you. And as a feminine energy woman, your only job is to, with a big heart, open heart, receive with joy. So that was my thing, my biggest thing. I was the biggest overgiver. I bought plane tickets just to make things better in my relationship. I have, you know, bought the most expensive watches, just thinking, what else can I do for this man to see how much I love him, and so he would love me back. And it never backfired. And the minute I switched that, when I learned how to receive with joy, that was the biggest switch for me. So check the tendencies. Where are you over giving in your relationships, and how you need to stop that immediately and learn how to receive with joy instead.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing to slip into, especially in long-term relationships. We can get into this like giving something because on a very deep level, we're hoping to get something in return, whether that be more love and affection, more time, or commitment. It's so true. I always say that if you want a man to cherish and adore you, you have to demonstrate that you can receive from him. And that can be really difficult, right? Do you have any tools for women who are maybe just starting out with some of these concepts and who are going from being like chasing and over functioning to switch into their receiving feminine energy mode? I'd love to hear anything you have to say on that.
I love that you asked that. And yes, it is, you know, we have to first of all be kind to ourselves. You know, if we have always operated from that energy for years and years, for me it was like, you know, almost 30 years that I was, you know, and I was, that's what I was modeled for too. My mother was a is I love her to death, but she is an overgiver, and that's what the dynamic that I learned from. So we have to first of all be kind to ourselves, that hey, it was what it was, and now I'm willing to change. So first and foremost, I would start with the mindset and start repeating affirmations and mantras that will start to create this new belief. Whatever we do is because of the belief that we have, right? So I start with, I am willing to receive with joy. I am willing to be loved and adored by just being me. I am not what I give to a man. So really creating a set of mantras that you feed your subconscious day in and day out, that I'm willing to receive, that will start to form a new belief within us. And I always have this tool that I use is, when a man is giving to you, the tendency is, oh, thank you very much. You go get all bubbly and, you say it from the head. But I say that just take a second to, when a man is giving anything to you, and just try to land in your own heart, just to stay there for a second, take a deep breath and say thank you from your heart. So thank you. It is almost like you're opening up your heart and you are allowing the energy to flow into your heart, and it just energetically shifts you. It allows him to feel that receptivity from you and inspire him to do more and more and more, because it just gives a guy so much joy when he thinks that he was able to really make you feel happy and receive from him. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to give to you and make you happy anyway. So let him.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I just have to say, like, I totally just got lost in what you were saying when you were talking. Like, that's a great reminder. Like, I just reminded of something there. That's amazing. Yeah, because we can quickly like go up in our heads or feel like we have to give something right back to the man, even if it's like our energy and enthusiasm, when what men really want is that like deep feminine appreciation and acknowledgement. And it doesn't, and you can't convey that necessarily by just talking about it. It's something he needs to feel from you. And I can see how that would really make a man feel make him feel like he wants to cherish and adore you and keep doing those things that make you feel good, because that's what men really want to do, right? This was fantastic. I know we're a little short on time today, but I would love to have you on again and talk some more about these really important concepts. What is your free gift that you have for everybody watching?
So I have a free gift on my website, fullyadored.com. It's called Stop Feeling Invisible and Be the Center of His Life. So it's very much in the topic that we talked about today. It gives you 6 tools to actually, implement right away. So you get your urges back in track, and then you learn how to be able to show up in such a way that makes him feel drawn to you and want to give you the things that you want, instead of you trying so hard to get it out of him. So it's a free report right on my website.
Amazing. Yes. And I will post links to that, to everything, people can get a hold of you, maybe your social media, which I totally love. I'll post everything in the description right below this video. And for everyone watching, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and a comment. We love hearing from you. Any questions or experiences you have around some of the things we talked about, we would love to hear everything you have to say on this topic. And thank you so much. Sorry, my cat Leo is just joining us here. He was sleeping next to me the whole time. So
hello.
Just say goodbye. I know I was a little distracted because he was waking up and I could see he wanted to come join. So anyway.
I love a cat, and it makes it even more special. So
yeah, I know. I was like, is he going to wake up and start messing with the web? Anyway, thank you so much, and goodbye from Leo too. And Shahrzad, this was amazing. Thank you. I would love to have you on again soon. Thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom, and this was just amazing.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure and a dream come true for me, and I would love nothing more to be doing more of these awesome videos with you. Thank you, Helena.